We are live.
We are live and we are on the Celebrity Silhouette. Another opportunity to sail away for the weekend.
Yep.
And it's been fun so far. We're sort of a little bit past halfway, and it might be a nice time to check in and talk about how we're doing and what we think about the ship. This is the Celebrity Silhouette. We have not been on this before.
No, but we've been on this class ship before.
We have. And how do you like coming back on a Solstice class ship?
I really like this class ship. There's a lot of things about it that are just a little bit more quiet and more like what I would expect getting on a cruise ship.
Right, and it's very relaxing. There are all the favorite venues that
Right.
we know are on a Solstice class ship.
Right.
And the layout is familiar. The restaurants and the bars and lounges, the entertainment venues are all kind of right what you expect. And this is a revolutionized ship.
Right.
So it's been brought up to modern standards, especially in the all the kind of common and social areas, but nicely, and maybe compared to some other cruise ships that update their ships. When you go into the stateroom, there are new colors and kind of new bedding, and
Right.
everything there has been updated as well. Maybe some of the wood, was sort of the original layout of dressers or desks, but for the most part, they've upgraded your stateroom as well as having the opportunity to have really nice updated social spaces.
Sure, especially over in the lawn area.
Oh, that's really nice. If you're on a Solstice class ship with Celebrity, one of the things that they're really known for is that the deck above the pool at the back of the ship has a nice live lawn. And that nice live lawn has the sunset bar at the very aft of the ship. You can really enjoy that. And then you can also sit down and relax. And on some of the older Solstice class ships, you still have the side by the sunset bar full of grass that is either set up for a putting green or for a little bocce or just kind of walking around with your toes in the grass. But on this ship, they've almost approximated what they did in a much bigger way on the Beyond. They took
Right.
the sunset bar and the side areas and developed really fun color schemes and sitting areas. There's places to sit by yourself and read a book or with a small group, and they've really opened that up to a lot of kind of community and social area. They have bands up there.
Right.
Really an inviting spot at the aft of the ship with fantastic views. So that's a really nice upgrade, and it's even a little different than we've seen on some of the other Solstice
Right.
class
And then
ships.
they've also changed those little cabana areas that you can rent,
right?
which I would love to.
We'll have to do
on
that
this
again.
cruise.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that tomorrow they're going to be booked out, but otherwise it's going to be great. I forgot my hat on this
your
cruise.
sun hat.
My regular hat.
But
So
looks like you have a substitute.
it's also Mardi Gras time, so
Double duty, huh?
and I'm going to get my money's worth out of this hat.
I guess so. It's not lighting up though. I think that it has
we
some
can do
features that we
Yeah.
haven't shown.
There it goes.
And it's not only going to protect your head from the sun, but
it can help find me in the
it
night,
is like
right?
a locator
in a dark
with all
hall,
the buttons
right.
that are going off, or all the colors that are bouncing off there in the
Yep.
evening. Hard to see outside, but the lights are on.
Yes.
Is anybody home?
The lights.
I'm just checking. Just checking. Well, tell me about your impression of being in an ocean view stateroom, which we don't usually do, and we thought it
No.
would be a good opportunity on this kind of short 4-night cruise
Right.
to get into a different stateroom class and see what the experience would be like. It is smaller
It is.
than a veranda,
Right.
but does it feel like it's smaller?
It feels great. We've been on other cruise ships and other cruise lines, and have had a balcony, and maybe the setup, even on a newer ship, and the setup didn't feel as roomy as this is. This
Right.
has a lot of storage. We've got
yes.
huge drawers. You'll see it in our review, our stateroom tour.
Yeah.
But there's so much to that you can do in that room with just the window. It would have been nice to be able to sit out on the deck, but we wanted to try
Check this out.
And at first I thought, oh, geez, deck's free, no
We're not
balcony.
usually down lower. We're not usually in an ocean
The
view.
last time we did that, it was up in Alaska. Don't do that. Yeah.
Don't be down low and have the waves hit the front of the ship. But we're back further too.
But we're back. We're more midship right now, and I'm telling you, I really like this location. I walk out in 20 feet. I'm over at the passport bar.
It's like his neighborhood Cheers.
Oh yeah.
It's like you walk out as if you lived in a downtown area.
Right.
And the bartender
they're going, hey,
knows your name.
You want another one? Yeah, I'll have another one.
And
No.
there's great music there
There's
in the
always
main lobby,
beautiful
in the
music
foyer.
right there.
We've had some really great musicians playing there
Right.
in the atrium, and the music just goes right up from deck 3 where we are to deck 4 and deck 5.
Right.
But we're right there getting a bird's eye view.
It's
And
great.
it just steps away from our stateroom. But when I'm in the stateroom, I don't hear,
We don't hear
anything
And at first,
from the common
are
area.
we going to hear the bands going? Nope, nothing. We hear nothing from the bar area. You're, right behind the bar area. You have, another flight up. If you're going to the main dining room, you don't have to go and, wait for an elevator or this or that.
No, the main dining room's on deck 3 in the back.
Right.
So we can walk right there, unless you're going to Celebrity Select Timing. Then you go up one deck
Then
to
you go
4.
up to 4.
When we've been getting off the ship, the gangway's just one flight down
One
on
flight
2,
down.
on deck 2.
When you're getting back on, you don't have to wait for an elevator.
No,
And
we
here comes
scooted.
more people into Key West.
Oh, look at
So
that.
it might get a little noisy, but
That's all right. That's
Yeah.
life in a tourist area that's really a popular destination on a gorgeous kind of day.
Yep.
But that's great. And I really think that your point about in that stateroom, although it doesn't have the same maybe square foot measurement as some other staterooms we've been on, particularly on other cruise lines, it is very efficiently laid out. The bed is not bumping you up against the closet. You have lots of room in the seating area, long couch, that big dresser area, lots of storage, still have a desk.
Right.
I mean, we didn't give up really anything other than the balcony,
Right.
which we've been so busy, we probably wouldn't have been out there
We're
as
out.
much.
We're outside anyways, and we're of course I'm trying to video the ship so that I can show it to you, and so we're busy doing that. And it would have been nice to be able to step out in the morning and sit on the balcony.
Well, we just
That
went
is
up,
a plus.
we went up to the pool deck
But
and the deck above and got these beautiful sunrises and sunsets
Yep.
out there. I don't feel like we traded too much off, especially on
Yeah.
a shorter cruise,
Right.
when it's kind of fun to maybe try some other parts of the ship,
Yep.
try a different kind of stateroom class. And I would not hesitate to recommend an ocean view room on a Solstice class ship
Right.
after this experience. It
it's
is really
been great.
delightful.
I'm having fun on it. I didn't think I was gonna, but it's really fun.
You're right near
Yeah.
the hub of everything. You're right near the central part of the
Right.
ship, and that atrium just brings you to everything.
Absolutely.
You want Cafe El Baccio?
It's
a couple
it's
flights
only
up.
it's only 5 if you want to go to
Craft
any
Social.
craft social.
One deck up.
I mean, it's
How about
it's
the world class bar? How's that
world-class
doing
bar.
here?
Love
found
that.
it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's
One of your favorites.
it is. Now, if I can have a room next to the world class bar,
They don't have
You
any
know,
rooms there.
no,
Maybe on purpose.
there's probably a good reason because Rich will be wanting that room.
Yeah, really.
So
But no, it's been really fun. And I know we comment when we cruise about the staff. But again, as we cruise multiple cruise lines and come back and forth and kind of have come home to Celebrity on this particular cruise, this staff is so engaged, so kind, so welcoming. Every single person you walk by stops and greets you,
right.
wishes you a good day,
Right.
has a smile for you, is happy to help or take
Yep.
you somewhere you need to be. And it's really interesting to just see the tone that gets set. Whether you're in the Ocean View Cafe and it's hustling and bustling,
Right.
every person who comes by you still stops
Exactly.
and really wishes you, some kind of positive greeting and how can they help. I don't think that you could have a crew that's more, engaged than this team on Celebrity. We
Right.
see that a lot on Celebrity ships. It's one of the reasons I think you feel real comfortable when you come back to Celebrity.
Yeah, and you can
The
tell that
standard
they're
is
happy.
right where
And-
it's high and they're happy.
Right, and we learned yesterday that when everybody was coming back to
After the
cruising
shutdown,
after the shutdown, that Celebrity had
over 90% retention. Over 90% of their crew from around the world chose to come back on board and
Right.
returned to work. And that's not the case across the entire industry.
No.
And, for lots of reasons. And there are people whose countries didn't open up as easily, people who had to find other employment to take care of their family during those tough times. But the whole response that even Celebrity had as a company to getting their crew home, and when their crew couldn't get home and their countries didn't have protocols in place quickly to understand how to repatriate them,
Right.
they kept them on the ships. They took care of them. They kept them as employed and on the payroll as long as they could, but just really made sure that they softened that landing
right.
and just really ultimately sailed ships around the world to get people home.
Right.
They couldn't get airfare and so forth, and the flights were locked down.
And that's
And that crew knew how they were treated. They kept in touch with them. They had monthly crew calls all through the shutdown.
Right.
That around the world they were welcome to come on and hear what was happening and
Mhm.
share what was happening from their perspective with the people in the corporate offices, etc. And that level of connection and caring pays off.
It paid off.
And you have a really experienced group on Celebrity. I always find that of course there's new people coming on,
Sure.
but in general they have a very experienced staff who helps bring along new folks, and you know that they know what they're doing. You could just tell by how
Right.
the operation runs.
Right.
So that was just another really nice thing to kind of come back to,
Right.
being on Celebrity this weekend.
And I
Really,
know-
really nice.
and
Thank you to the crew.
Yes, thank you, crew. You guys are the best. And there's a lot of talk lately on all cruise lines about what are they eliminating? What about the food? What about the buffet and the
Services,
services on that? So we should speak a little bit about what we have noticed. We're eating in the main dining room, so
Right.
we're experiencing that, and we're experiencing the buffet in the morning, and so to
And
get
lunch.
and lunch.
Right.
So to get to that, I thought that the buffet was pretty open. They had everything. Now I have to go back for dinner and
Yes,
see what
we
they
want to
have
go
there.
back and we'll try to get some recordings so we can be honest and show people.
Right.
We're hearing more in the evening
Right.
that some of the stations are not duplicated,
Mhm.
some of them aren't open.
Right.
So you may see a more refined group of entrees or
Right.
specific numbers of vegetables at the vegetable station. The
Right.
pizza's always there, the salad's always there. Let's go check that out.
We'll check that out.
But during
for
the
lunch,
day-
we don't have all the restaurants that are open like they would be for dinner, but for
Right.
breakfast and lunch, there's everything that I always have seen on board ship.
And multiple stations, so you're not waiting. You can get, your bread and pastries multiple places. You can get your
it's
bacon
there.
and other protein in multiple places.
Right.
They really keep everything moving. Everything was open, fully stocked,
Right.
and it's been tasting good. So, that's the other thing
It
we'll have
has.
to see.
It
Now,
has.
you had things like a pork chop in the main dining room.
It
That's
was-
like ripe for being dried out or not prepared well
exactly.
in big numbers. How was it?
It was good. I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I'm one of the guys that always gets the escargot that's always on the menu, and I get that.
That's
and,
right.
And so it's been. I think that what I have experienced in the main dining room has been, it's been great. I mean, it's not a specialty restaurant level, but it is very good. And plenty of food. They haven't skimped. Last night I had lobster tail.
That's right.
And it was fine. I'm thinking, I don't know. It's a small lobster tail. Is it going to be? It was plenty. I had two appetizers. I had a salad and I had the escargot, and then I had my main course, and it was plenty for me. So that was good. Tonight we're going to go to a specialty restaurant.
We are. We're going to be up on the Lawn Grill, so we're going to have
Right.
dinner under the stars,
Right.
and we'll experience specialty and see sort of how that's keeping up now in 2023.
Right.
And we can report back the next time we get online, and we'll let people know how that went. But I think it's been very balanced. We will check out the Ocean View Cafe at dinner time. I think that's probably the biggest question mark people have.
Right.
And when we saw the hotel director earlier in our cruise, he acknowledged that every cruise line, not just Celebrity and not just this ship, but all of them do have to look forward. Their fuel costs are higher, their food costs are higher, just like our bill is higher at home.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trying to find ways to give you a vacation, enjoyable,
Right.
Kind of array of things that make you feel special, and also reduce, unexpected or unnecessary costs, including wastage.
Right.
And we know at the end of the day how much food we've seen left behind in food serving trays. And if that has to be, let go and that has to be disposed of
somehow, right.
They have to find a way.
Right.
And I think they're doing what they can.
They're trying.
And I think we'll have to keep an eye on that.
I think things are going to be continually changing. They're not going to stay this way. They're going to try this. And this is all cruise lines.
Right.
They're going to try this, then they're going to try that. And obviously the prices have gone up. I saw somebody trying to, that was trying to trade a couple dozen eggs for Super Bowl tickets.
Oh, is that how that works?
You know,
Oh, man.
if you've been to the grocery store, you know everything. I mean, we are experiencing
Quite a
the
lot of
worst
inflation.
inflation in
Quite a long
40
time.
years or whatever it is. So things are up, unfortunately. And unfortunately, the cruise lines are coming back from being shut down for almost 2 years, and they're trying to find their way. So some things are not going to be
It's going to
perfect.
be hit or it's going to be a little bit missed, but I'd say this has been hit after hit after hit.
I think
We'll
so.
keep an eye out and be honest in our feedback if we see something that's lacking.
Right.
And, in the meantime, I don't hesitate to tell people cruising is still a really good value.
It is.
It's great to be on a resort that is a floating hotel that brings you lots of luxuries and lots of amenities. And what a way to unpack once and just go visit the destinations you want to see.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
still worth it to me
To me.
in recommending that to others who are open to an ocean cruise
Right.
vacation.
Right.
So I think it's been fun. And
Well,
I think we should go
you know,
experience the rest of the cruise and report back again.
We will. And, we've been, we've experienced theme parks and hotel
Inclusive
resorts
resorts.
and all of this. And not just, way back when recently, since everybody's come back. And we know what they cost as well. We know that hotel prices are skyrocketing as well.
And their restaurants
as,
can be closed on site or they don't have staff and their prices have changed as well.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
it's
trend that is
in
everywhere.
all hospitality.
But
they're
the
really
other
struggling.
trend is people want to travel.
Yes.
People are ready to get back to experiencing life as they want it to be and look forward after everything they've all been through and everything that's been put on pause. People are ready to go.
Right.
So travel is a trend in terms of where people are placing their bets and putting their money and putting their time. It's not going to go away. And so I think it really behooves the cruise lines and all those other spots you've talked about
Right.
to keep experimenting with the things that bring people back and keep their customers happy.
Right.
And so far, we're seeing that willingness to listen and to get feedback here at Celebrity. And we'll keep kind of testing the systems and see what's working, what's not. But so far, Ocean View Room is working. The food's been working. The entertainment venues here are all open.
Now, the other thing is that how did you like their check-in on check-in on pier was like minutes to get on, and the muster drill.
Well, there's that. And so there's things that actually that pause and operation and the physical separation and all the things people had to contend with coming back have also brought innovation.
Yeah.
So now, rather than everybody showing up at the port and crowding the terminal and you're on these horrible lines and jammed in, everybody selects a boarding time, whether you're flying in or coming from your hotel and you know what time you want to arrive.
Right.
If, like us, you were driving in, you choose a time when you check in about 45 days ahead. So if you want flexibility, check in at about 45 days when that check-in opens for your cruise.
Right.
Pick the time that works for you. Well, you get on a line that says, hey, 10:30 to 11, come on over this way. 11 to 11:30, come that way.
And it was
They're ready
pretty
for
much
you.
flawless.
It spaces people out.
Right.
We headed through the terminal, and as you said, there really was no line. We walked right up to the gal who was checking our paperwork, and then right up to the counter where the final photos were taken and the last checks were done. And as soon as the ship was ready in terms of guests disembarking, we were on. And so that was really very easy. And then the muster drill, we went right to the muster drill.
Well, it was great because while we were sitting in this little staging area waiting for them
For
to
a few
open up
minutes.
for about maybe a half an hour,
Maybe,
we
because we were early.
We were early, and so we watched the drill on our phone
And
from the
listened to
app,
the horn. There's
and
a couple
did
of
all
parts
of that.
to it.
And then when we walked on board, we just walked right over to the muster station.
Crew was waiting.
Crew was waiting. We, they scanned our barcode, and boom, we're done. We can now don't have to worry about anything for the.
See us on screen.
Oh, there we
came
are. We're back. I don't know what
if
happened.
we had a hiccup or
Yeah.
not, but I would say Embarkation, including that e-muster, Muster 2.0, where it's on your phone or your TV in your stateroom, and you just go individually to your muster station, happens so efficiently. It is great that the cruise lines have embraced that. Many of them have. A few of them have reverted. So if you have questions, let me know what your questions are before you book.
Right.
And we'll keep you up to date on how everybody's contending with all the necessary operational things that can get you on the ship been off to enjoying your vacation.
It's been great.
And speaking of
Just
going
look-
off to
yeah,
enjoy
I
the
mean,
vacation,
yeah.
there are some boats out there, beautiful sky, sun, and Key West behind us. What a fun
it's
opportunity
just gorgeous, and there's no snow, no ice. It's beautiful.
Let's go figure that out. Now you've got your sun hat, so I think we
I
can
have
go
my
anywhere
hat.
we need to
And
go
I'm in
today.
Key West, so it's
probably-
like I'm a local.
You'll like blend
Yeah.
right in.
Absolutely.
I hope everybody enjoyed this update live from Celebrity Silhouette. I hope you're having a great weekend. It's a beautiful Saturday here. We'll keep our eye out for other things to bring you feedback on as we finish our cruise. We'll see you soon.
Bye now.
Give us a thumbs up. Thank you.
Bye.